I'll steal a last name just for the aura. Just kicked you.
Money, fame, and the big leagues, it's every young baller's dream. But for some NBA rookies, that dream turned into a financial nightmare. Today, we're diving into the shocking stories of 15 NBA rookies who went broke. From Antoine Walker, who lost his millions trying to help everyone around him, to Delonte West, whose struggles took him from courtside to heartbreaking headlines.
Young God, man, I know God will bless you if they can just help me and my family out with anything.
These are the players who saw it all slip away. Curious to know how they fell so fast? Let's break it down. Chris Washburn. Chris Washburn's life started with so much promise. Born in 1966, he was a basketball prodigy with a towering frame and raw talent that made him stand out in high school. His skills earned him attention from college scouts, leading to a spot at North Carolina State University. But trouble showed up early. Just 7 games into his freshman season, he was caught stealing a stereo and got suspended. Still, his on-court talent kept NBA scouts interested. In 1986, the Golden State Warriors took a gamble and picked Washburn as the 3rd overall in the NBA draft. Expectations were sky high, but his rookie season was anything but smooth. He was late to practices, missed team commitments, and soon found himself struggling with substance abuse.
Fucking idiot, bro.
Guys getting ready to go to practice. Next day, I was in the projects, smoking crack. Leaving straight from the projects, going to practice, or going to a game. Now my heart is already beating fast from the cocaine.
His first
bro
visit
was
to
fucking
rehab
smoking
came
crack and then going to practice or game
for what would sadly define his career. Even
That's
after
crazy.
being traded to the Atlanta Hawks,
that means he's doing that shit before.
Washburn faced multiple drug relapses, and the NBA eventually banned him for life. That decision ended his professional career and set off a downward spiral. The money he earned dried up fast. His luxurious home in an Atlanta suburb was put on the market, and he found himself with nothing. Life got rough. Washburn went from being one of the most promising rookies in the league to being reduced to begging for food and money from friends in Atlanta. Like Chris Washburn, the next NBA star had all the talent in the world, but drugs and bad choices ruined their careers. Javaris Crittenton. Javaris Crittenton had a promising start in life. Growing up in Atlanta, he was raised by his hardworking mother, Sonia Dixon, who did everything she could to give him a shot at a better future. From a young age, Javaris stood out as a basketball prodigy. With the help of a local youth coach, Tommy P.J. Slaughter, he refined his game and gained the discipline to chase greatness. His big break came when Wallace Prather Jr. recruited him to the elite Atlanta Celtics AAU team. Playing on a national stage, Javaris became one of the top high school prospects in the country. He went on to star at Georgia Tech and eventually made it to the NBA as the 19th overall pick in the 2007 draft, selected by the Los Angeles Lakers. But things took a turn for the worse in Washington. After a heated argument over a card game with teammate Gilbert Arenas, both players brought guns into the locker room, a decision that led to season-long suspension. Afterward, Javaris went back to Atlanta and fell in with the wrong crowd, linking up with the Mansfield Crips gang. In 2011, everything came crashing down. He was charged with the death of a woman in a gang-related incident and later sentenced to 23 years in prison. During this time, his legal battles drained his wealth. Lavish NBA
Miss Be Nasty, a squirter and a creamer find you a girl like that. What does that got to do with NBA rookies? Are we, you know what I'm saying? Like it. You feel me? Take a brain, turn it off for a second. You feel me? Eyes, liking it. You feel what I'm saying? It don't.
Spending, poor financial planning, and no backup career left him broke. Opportunities for endorsements faded as his reputation crumbled. Javaris went from the heights of the NBA to losing it all. Crittenton's life fell apart because of gang ties and violence. But another NBA...
What's the point? Like, motherfuckers make it to the big leagues. They make it, get all this money, get all this fucking motion, and then they want to fucking join a gang. Like, for what? So you be fucking cool? Being in a gang isn't fucking cool. Fucking weirdo. That gang shit lame as fuck. Shots to the gangs though.
A player's journey took a different, yet equally heartbreaking
turn of self-destruction.
Robert Swift. Robert Swift's story is one of incredible highs and devastating lows.
Random
he
white
was
man?
a small-town basketball prodigy from Bakersfield, California,
whose
skills on the court skyrocketed
I thought he was the one shooting.
Fame. At just 18, he made the leap from high school straight into the NBA.
We backing
when the
down
Seattle
on him,
Supersonics drafted him in 2004. Big dreams and high expectations came crashing into reality when his career was cut short by injuries, limited performance, and the franchise's transition to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Over 4 seasons, he earned $11 million, a fortune fortune for most, but his
That's
time
a lot
in the
of money.
NBA ended abruptly. Like many young athletes, Swift didn't think about the future. He splurged on luxurious cars, mansions, and anything that caught his eye. The lifestyle was flashy, but the financial habits weren't sustainable. When his career ended, the money drained fast. His struggles didn't stop there. He turned to drugs, which quickly took over his life. Addiction not only wrecked his health, but also made it impossible to rebuild his career or find stability. Things went from bad to worse. By 2013, Swift was living in a foreclosed mansion filled with trash, alcohol, and drug paraphernalia. Headlines told the story of a once promising athlete now refusing to leave the property. Homelessness followed, and his legal troubles mounted. In 2015, he was arrested for possessing a sawed-off shotgun, showcasing the depths of his struggles with addiction and crime. Swift's downfall was worsened by one glaring issue. He had no backup plan. With no financial literacy in basketball, his life switched up rapidly.
It's
Just
so
like
crazy.
Swift, Reggie Harding's life started with promise but ended in
so
tragedy.
crazy. People's lives can just fucking, you know what I'm saying? Just like get turned upside down. And there's always a common denominator, bro. There's always a common denominator. Gotta be smart with money once you get some money. You know what I'm saying? People get a lot of money. They ain't never had shit to start, buying a bunch of shit and shit like those.
Reggie Harding. Growing up in Detroit, a city battling crime and poverty,
Any friends in the
Harding
NBA?
showed a natural gift
for
basketball.
Says
At
brother.
7 feet tall, he was a giant on the court, dominating in high school and catching the eyes of NBA scouts. In 1962, at just 20 years old, he was drafted by the Detroit Pistons. His NBA career started off strong, showing real potential with impressive stats in his first seasons. But off the court, things started falling apart. Harding had a knack for getting into trouble. Drugs, alcohol, and legal issues kept dragging him down. His behavior grew more unpredictable, pushing him further away from the league. By 1967, the Pistons had
60s?
enough, and Harding's
How much were they
time
making
with
back
the
then?
team
How much was the NBA players making back then in the 60s? Probably like, what, $50? $50 a game type shit? It was on some $50 a game type shit. Some shit like those.
His troubles didn't stop there. He bounced around teams like the Chicago Bulls and the Indiana Pacers, but his reputation for violent behavior and being a bad teammate overshadowed his basketball skills. He even pulled a gun on a teammate. As his career flamed out, Harding didn't have much to fall back on. His financial management was a mess, and without a basketball or any clear direction, he ended up broke. The money he earned from the NBA went fast, and his criminal record made it even harder to rebuild. By 1972, his legal troubles caught up with him in a fatal shooting incident, which led to prison time and more financial ruin. Sadly, Reggie Harding's life came to a tragic end in 1973. He was killed in a robbery at just 26 years old. Poor choices and bad luck cut short a young life full of promise. Just like others on this list, Darius Miles went broke, though at least he's trying to turn things around now through his podcast. Darius Miles. Growing up in East St. Louis, Miles faced struggles from day one. Raised by a hardworking mother and absent father, Miles found his escape in basketball.
Raised by an absent father.
Early, leading him to the NBA as the 3rd overall pick in 2000. Just 18 years old, he earned millions playing for teams like the Clippers, Cavaliers, and Trailblazers, amassing $66 million over 7 seasons. Life seemed like a dream. Luxury homes, fast cars, flashy jewelry, and even acting roles in Hollywood films. But the dream didn't last.
What the
At
fuck?
just
What
27,
movie is that?
persistent knee injuries forced him to retire, cutting off the income he'd relied on. Unfortunately, Miles's financial habits didn't change. He had splurged on his lifestyle and generously supported friends and family, but his spending spiraled out of control. On top of that, poor financial advice and failed investments drained his fortune. A botched real estate deal in St. Louis involving big names like Nelly and Marshall Faulk cost him millions. Life after basketball got even tougher. Miles filed for bankruptcy in 2016, listing over $1.5 million in debt with just $460,000 in assets. Legal trouble.
How the fuck? God damn, bro. See, I don't know how people can just spend so much money. I feel like even if I had a lot of money, I just wouldn't fucking spend that much. Well, it's probably easier to say that than if I actually had the money, then I probably might. Might be a little stupid.
Like a gun charge at an airport, while personal losses, including his mother's death, left him emotionally devastated. The once celebrated NBA star was selling off memorabilia and personal items to stay intact. In recent years, Miles has tried to turn his life around. He co-hosts a podcast called Knuckleheads with former NBA player Quentin Richardson, where he shares insights from his career and life. While Miles is trying to bounce back, Michael Ray Richardson's story shows how hard recovery can be.
Hello, Michael Ray Richardson.
Richardson's promising NBA career launched in 1978 when the New York Knicks shocked everyone by picking him 4th overall ahead of Larry Bird. Known for his scoring, defense, and playmaking, Richardson quickly justified their faith. In his second season, he was fantastic, averaging over 15 points. Richardson got caught up in the fast life that came with NBA fame, especially in a city like New York. Struggling to handle the pressure, he turned to drugs. By the mid-'80s, substance abuse started taking a toll on his career. Missed practices and inconsistent performances became his norm, and his time with the New Jersey Nets was marked by constant drama. Despite rehab attempts and flashes of brilliance, Richardson violated the NBA's drug policy repeatedly. In 1986, Commissioner David Stern handed him a lifetime ban, making him the
4 times All-Star? 4 times NBA All-Star, failed 10 drug tests. Holy shit. Bro had a triple-double. Or no. No, he didn't. What am I saying? Did no one test him for drugs? See, he got 10, bro. They gave him 10 shots. Say, hey, bro. After this 10th one, bro. If you fail 10th one, you're gone. That's a lot of chances. It's a lot of chances.
In 1986, Commissioner David Stern handed him a lifetime ban, making him the first player to receive such a punishment. Without the NBA, Richardson lost his primary source of income and the structure his career provided. Addictions drained what money he had left, and poor financial decisions didn't help. Like many athletes, he had lived lavishly during his prime without planning for the future. With no steady income, debts piled up, and life spiraled further out of control. His struggles didn't stop at finances.
New York guy, what is wrong with you?
Divorces and family tension added to his challenges. Once a rising star destined for greatness, Richardson became a tragic tale of how fame and fortune can disappear just as quickly as they arrive. As Richardson's story ended in empty pockets, Delonte West's struggles played out in public view.
Damn.
Delonte West,
the guy who fucked LeBron's mom.
Guard, West made a name for himself in the...
Apparently this guy fucked LeBron's mom. I don't know if that's fucking true, but I read it somewhere. Or I read it somewhere.
Playing for teams like the Boston Celtics, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Dallas Mavericks from 2004 to 2012. And in over his 8th season career, he earned about $16 million. West struggled with bipolar disorder, which affected his stability both on and off the court. While battling his mental health, he also made some poor financial decisions. Lavish spending on cars, houses, and other luxuries drained his bank account. Legal battles, including a divorce and child support payments, added to his financial woes. By the 2011 NBA lockout, he admitted to struggling so much that he took a job at a furniture store to pay the bills. After leaving the league in 2015, things got worse. West battled substance abuse
in the league,
embalming fluid-laced cigarettes that caused
never let his mom
fuck
his mom.
His finances dried up completely, and by 2020, shocking videos showed him homeless and begging, a heartbreaking contrast to his NBA days. There were glimmers of hope when Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban stepped in to help. Cuban got him into rehab and reunited him with his family, but recovery wasn't straightforward. Despite periods of progress, West faced relapses and run-ins with the law, including an incident where he tried to enter a car he didn't own. Unlike West's public struggles, Jay Vincent's downfall came through hidden schemes. Jay Vincent, drafted by the Dallas Mavericks.
Delonte West one is kind of sad though. I don't think he actually fucked LeBron's mom. That might have just been an internet thing, but Mark Cuban and Shalados. This guy looked tall. I'll climb that tree.
Mavericks in 1981. Jay Vincent spent 9 seasons in the league, playing for 6 teams, including the Lakers and the 76 ERs. Vincent was no slouch. He averaged over 13 points per game for 7 straight seasons, racking up more than 8,700 career points. While his earnings were decent for the 1980s, they pale compared to today's NBA paychecks. After retiring in 1990, Vincent ventured into business, hoping to maintain his lifestyle and build a name beyond basketball. Unfortunately, things didn't go as he had hoped. In 2010, he was caught running a fake job training scheme in the security industry, swindling thousands out of their money. People paid upfront fees, expecting certifications and jobs, but got nothing. In 2011, Vincent pleaded guilty to mail fraud and tax evasion, landing him a 5.5-year federal prison sentence and an order to repay over $110,000. His downfall wasn't about reckless spending,
$110,000? What year is this?
But rather poor decisions and illegal ventures.
That's a lot of money back then.
By the time Vincent got out of prison, he was a shadow of his former self and had to take a job at a small burger joint in Michigan to make ends meet. Despite his fame, he started over, greeting customers and signing autographs at Juicy Burger, a stark contrast to his NBA glory days. There's little known about Vincent's financial recovery since, but his legal troubles and prison time placed him in a very bad situation. Vincent turned to crime, but it's crazy how Eddie Curry's millions simply slipped away.
Eddie Curry.
Eddie Curry was living
There's a lot of these names I have no idea about.
To being the 4th overall pick in the 2001 NBA draft. Over 11 seasons, he played for teams like the Chicago Bulls, New York Knicks, and Miami Heat, earning an eye-popping $70 million in total. But what seemed like a fairy tale switched up to horror. Curry's financial downfall started with reckless spending. Luxury cars, sprawling mansions, and jaw-dropping jewelry became his everyday norm. He even took out loans with staggering interest rates, like one for $580,000 with an 85% annual interest.
How? Whoa. 580,000 with an 80 fucking what?
With staggering interest rates, like one for $580,000 with an 85%.
Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Is like terrible. That means annual interest rate. That means every year you're paying 85% of 580,000 on top of the 580,000 back. Oh my fucking God. That is probably the dumbest. I think that's the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard. That it might be like top 3 and it's not 2 or 3. Oh my God. Wow. That's just dumb. I'm saying, bro. That might be the craziest one on this fucking list, to be honest. I only know Eddie Curry because of 2K. Really? What 2K was he in? What 2K do you remember him in? Because I don't remember seeing Eddie Curry in 2K.
Annual interest rate.
But also wasn't really paying attention to the players, I don't think.
On top of that, he entrusted his money to advisors who mismanaged it, digging him into an even deeper hole.
Why is the screen so dirty?
And personal troubles made things
that made
worse.
me think my
Curry
monitors were
several
fucking
children,
fucked up.
And the hefty child support payments, up to $6,000 a month in one case, were a heavy burden. In 2009, his Chicago mansion went into foreclosure over a $3.7 million loan. That same year, tragedy struck when his ex-girlfriend and young daughter were murdered, leaving Curry devastated and struggling to stay afloat emotionally and financially. Injuries and conditioning issues caused his career to decline. Once a star player, Curry eventually faded into the background and his earnings dried up. Despite making millions, his debts and obligations left him financially shattered. But Curry didn't give up. In recent years, he's been rebuilding his life and finances, sharing his story to help others avoid the same pitfalls. Like Curry, Antoine Walker learned the hard way.
Eddie Curry, man.
Antoine Walker.
Even though he made a dumbass fucking decision.
Antoine Walker was a star on the court and a huge success in the NBA,
like
earning over $100.
I just want to talk about it real quick. I've made some dumb decisions on loans. As y'all know, I got a couple loans that are not doing too well right now, you feel me? But they're going to be all right soon type shit. But mine are like small though, like $300, $600, you know what I'm saying? Small time shit type dick. And I think my APR on those is like 20, or actually no. I don't even really remember what it is. But it was actually kind of stupid type shit.
$108 million
like
during a 20-something career. He played 30, for big teams 30%. Like the Celtics, Mavericks, and Heat, even winning an NBA championship in 2006. But his lavish lifestyle off the court caused it all to slip away. Walker lived in large, fancy mansions, luxury cars, designer clothes, and even private jets. He was also incredibly generous, showering friends and family with gifts, homes, and cars. At one point, he owned 14 properties. Unfortunately, the upkeep became a financial nightmare. His troubles didn't stop there. Walker invested heavily in real estate just before the 2008 market crash. Those investments tanked, leaving him with massive losses. On top of that, he made risky business bets like starting a record label and a clothing line. Both failed. Without proper financial planning or guidance, his money troubles
kept snowballing. Where are the financial advisors in all these
Walker
situations?
Developed a gambling addiction, losing millions at casinos. Soon the debts piled up and lawsuits followed. By 2010, Walker filed for bankruptcy, claiming $12.7 million in debt against just $4.3 million in assets.
I lost a significant portion of money gambling. I used to go to Vegas and gamble. I lost the bulk of my money investing in real estate, in which in 2007, 2008, we went through the recession. I'm sure this is a worldwide thing that we all went through. And I got caught up in that web, and that ultimately ended.
After hitting rock bottom, Walker made a comeback. Not in the NBA.
Tens of millions of losing all I'm saying, dude.
Journey through a documentary, Gone in an Instant, and now advocates
if I had tens of millions of dollars or even a large sum of money, first thing I'm doing is going to get a financial advisor. First thing I'm doing, because I know myself, I'm just about to not think about anything and just fucking, you know what I'm saying, buy whatever, whenever. Type shit. That's what I would do.
Walker's gambling problems mirror Vin Baker's battles with addiction.
That's something that's missing in all of these.
Growing up in Old Saybrook, Connecticut with a strong sense of discipline and faith, Vin Baker had an incredible start to his life. Drafted into the NBA in 1993 by the Milwaukee Bucks, he quickly made a name for himself. Over the next few years, Baker played for several teams and earned 4 NBA All-Star selections, showing off his impressive skills.
Seems to be the lucky number for people going broke. 4 NBA All-Star.
He was making over $100 million, and life seemed to be a dream for him. But things started to go downhill. Despite the millions in his bank account, Baker's spending spiraled out of control. He indulged in a lavish lifestyle, buying expensive cars, homes, and living in excess. He also made some risky investments in real estate and business ventures that didn't pan out, leading to significant losses. His generosity toward family and friends didn't help either. He often gave them financial support, putting more strain on his bank account. But the real blow came from his personal life. As his career progressed, Baker struggled with alcohol and substance abuse. What started as casual drinking turned into a full-blown addiction.
If you're an alcoholic, like I was an alcoholic, I needed the alcohol to function, period. Like I was addicted to it. Like literally addicted to it. So I'd have to like have a drink in the morning, a drink in the afternoon.
Famed Radius, we should follow us for.
His performance on the court suffered, and his personal life became a chaotic mess. By 2008,
how you feeling, dude?
He was forced to file for bankruptcy with over $70 million in debt.
$70 million in debt is crazy.
Career seemed to be over. Despite all this, Baker didn't give up. He went through rehab to fight his addiction and even got involved in coaching youth basketball, trying to help others avoid his mistakes.
How are you?
Baker,
feeling
Kemp
amazing, man.
Personal demons.
Watching people who had a bunch of money and lose. I know Sean Kemp.
Rain Man. Sean Kemp.
Hey, Rain Man. Me, watching NBA rookies who went broke. So people that be having like millions, tens of millions of dollars, and then they all make bad decisions and then go broke type shit.
Had an electrifying NBA career, playing for teams like the Seattle Supersonics, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Portland Trailblazers. Known for his powerful dunks and athleticism, he became a 6-time NBA All-Star and was one of the most exciting players in the league during the 90s. But despite earning an impressive $90 million throughout his career, things took a turn for the worse.
How much?
When Kemp was riding high, he lived the lifestyle of a superstar. Expensive homes, flashy cars, and a wardrobe to match. The money was rolling in, but so were the poor decisions. Instead of securing his wealth, Kemp made some risky investments, and his finances were constantly drained by child support. With multiple children from different women, he had to pay.
Stop having kids with someone that you are not for sure is the one, man. Oh my God, bro, that's like the second common denominator in all these fucking situations. Motherfuckers be fucking everybody and having kids with everybody.
To support 7 kids at once. All these
things I'm saying,
on, and he wasn't prepared. Then came the downward spiral. As Kemp's career started to decline due to injuries and weight issues, his financial troubles worsened. Legal battles like a drug possession arrest and a car accident lawsuit piled on the stress. By 2013, he was in over $5 million of debt and filed for bankruptcy. Properties were foreclosed, and his once thriving career now seemed a distant memory. But Kemp didn't give up. He explored new ventures.
Chase Ramo, 124-26069. Appreciate the follow, Swan. How are you feeling?
To turn his life around. What a downfall, right? Well, if that wasn't it, then check out the next. Joe Smith. Joe Smith's life went from NBA stardom to financial disaster, and it all started with his incredible career.
That's the second name I've recognized.
Number 1 overall in the 1995 NBA draft by the Golden State Warriors, setting the stage for a career that spanned 16 seasons. He played for several teams.
For the NBA, there's no reason why they need drugs.
ERs, Chicago Bulls, and New Jersey Nets, and earned over $60 million during his time in the league.
It's kind of crazy, though.
Massive earnings.
Because you don't really see. Like more nowadays, you don't really see a lot of like drug problems in like the current NBA. At least, well, I guess you wouldn't really know because unless like they're hiding it type shit. But I don't really see about it type shit.
Things took a turn for the worse. When Joe was at the peak of his career, he started making some serious financial missteps. He put his resources into real estate and various ventures, but none gave him the success he had hoped for. And on top of that, he spent big on luxury homes and cars, living the high life like many other athletes. What really hurt him was not having proper financial advice. Without a good financial advisor, Smith made decisions that drained his bank account fast. Then, in 2011, the real trouble hit. Smith was secretly given an $80 million loan by his financial advisor. The loan was hidden from the NBA, and it turned out to be a massive violation of league rules.
Also, there's like came to light, more cameras and like more internet shit going on nowadays.
That wasn't the end, though. By 2012, Joe had filed for bankruptcy.
Really, you could like nowadays, if one of the NBA players, like if you're in the NBA right now, people are gonna know you. So if you go to buy fucking drugs, someone's gonna post about it. Say, yo, fucking Steph Curry just fucking bought fentanyl for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then that shit gonna go like wildfire, and then you're viral, and then you're kicked out the NBA, and then
saddled with millions in debt. A huge chunk of that debt came from the hidden loan and unpaid taxes. But after everything fell apart, Joe's trying to make a comeback by helping others learn from his mistakes, speaking out about how important it is to manage money well, especially for athletes. His story is a tough lesson on how quickly things can go south, even with millions in the bank. Joe Smith's secret deals got him in trouble, and so did Bison Dell's tale with an even darker turn. Bison Dell, Brian
Bison
Williams.
Dell, who the fuck is that?
Bison Dell lived a life most people only dream about, one full of adventure and luxury. As an NBA player, he was a star, earning millions while playing for big teams like the Chicago Bulls and Detroit Pistons.
It looks like a bean,
won an NBA championship in 1997 with the Bulls. His talent and versatility on the court made him stand out, and at the height of his career, he signed a $45 million deal with the Pistons. But in 1999, at just 30 years old, Bison walked away from it all, leaving behind $36 million still owed to him. Why? He felt trapped by the expectations of professional sports and wanted to live life on his own terms. After retiring, Bison didn't settle into a quiet life. He embraced freedom and luxury. He traveled the world, explored exotic places, and even bought a catamaran to sail the seas. From running with bulls in Spain to visiting remote corners of the globe, he lived adventurously. Things took a dark turn in 2002 when Bison disappeared in the South Pacific while sailing with his girlfriend, Serena Carlin, his brother, Miles DeBoard, and a skipper. Investigations later pointed to a grim scenario. DeBoard likely killed Bison and the others in a fight over money. DeBoard's attempt to forge Bison's signature to access his wealth raised suspicions about financial motives. Though Bison wasn't broke when he died, his choice to retire early, spend lavishly, and live unconventionally put his finances on shaky ground. His mysterious disappearance remains one of the most chilling stories in sports history. While Dell's story
hasn't been found,
remains a mystery. Rick Mahorn's story wraps things up by showing that even
before this guy just goes into the next one, like, well, not this guy, it's fucking AI, but whoever edited the video just goes straight. It's like, yeah, he hasn't been fucking found ever. Now we have, like, god damn, you know what I'm saying? How about a little bit of a buffer? Can we get a little bit of a buffer?
Careful players can end up broke.
Rick
Mahorn.
Backers.
Rick Mahorn's career as a tough, no-nonsense player in the NBA, especially with the Detroit Pistons, was filled with success. Known for his physical style of play, Mahorn helped the Pistons win 2 NBA championships in 1989 and 1990. Over 18 seasons, he earned around $27 million, which was a huge amount back in his day, but doesn't compare to what NBA players make now. He played for several teams, including the Pistons, Washington Bullets,
pretty sure that'd be about the same based on
and New Jersey Nets.
Inflation.
But when his playing days ended, his money trouble started. After retiring from basketball, Mahorn tried his hand at business ventures. Unfortunately, not all of them were successful. He got into real estate, but the market wasn't always kind. Some of his investments didn't work out as expected, and things started slipping downhill. Eventually, Mahorn found himself facing foreclosure on his home, a tough blow after the life he'd once lived, surrounded by luxury. Despite these setbacks, Mahorn didn't give up. He stayed involved in basketball, working as a coach, and even becoming a broadcaster for the Pistons. He kept a connection with the game he loved, but the financial struggles didn't go away. In 2010, Mahorn filed for bankruptcy after realizing his income couldn't cover his growing debts. It turned out that his spending was far outpacing what he was making, with monthly expenses higher than his income. Did you enjoy this video? Click on any of the cards on your screen right now for similar content. Thank you.
W video, man. It's so crazy to me that people will, like, you know what I'm saying? People will have all this fucking money, tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands even, and just think basketball's forever or the money's forever. You know what I'm saying?